Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. It's just right over here or down here, so whatever device you're on, it's there. Anyways, today I thought I would do my, how I fill in my eyebrows, how to fill in your eyebrows. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a background on my brows. So by the way, if the look doesn't look completed, it's because my brows have not been plucked or any of that stuff or done. So yeah, just a little bit of a background with my brows and everything. I used to kind of be really insecure about them because I thought they were too bushy and I didn't know how to fix it, and sometimes I would go get them waxed, and the people at the hair salons, I'm sorry, no offense, but they just don't know how to do brows. I don't know, they always make them look really bad, in my opinion, and too thin. So yeah. And so last year when the school year started, going into my freshman year, I was really nervous. I was just oh my gosh, everything has to look perfect. I can't have a unibrow, I can't have a mustache, my brows have to look really good. And waxing was just not happening for me. I had a bad experience in 8th grade, so I was alright, let's do this. So I nared here, here, and here. And this is a good area to be naring, but don't try to shape your brows with nair. That's a really bad idea. So just know these brows have been through a lot. This one actually used to grow hair here, and now it doesn't because I naired them so thin, and they've finally grown back and they look really good, and I'm so proud of them. So anyways, if you want to see how I do my brows, let's get into this video. So I'm going to take this Remington thing, trimmer, I don't know. So I'm just going to first off I'm going to be really careful. I'm not shaping my brows with this whatsoever. I'm just kind of getting the hairs right above, that grow above my brows. This is not shaping. I'm just trying to get rid of that extra hair. That's about what I do with this. Not mandatory. Don't do it that often. It's kind of like a once in a while type of thing. Oh, I didn't just pick my nose. Okay. So I am just going to be plucking my brows, and I pluck from the bottom only. I will not do it on the top. I don't know why. I won't. And I'm going to be. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm not looking at you guys. I'm looking in the mirror right now to kind of see what's about to be going on with my brows. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a tweezers, I'm gonna take a spoolie, and let's get started. So what I'm gonna do first is, I don't know if you guys can tell, I have a lot of stray hairs right here. I'm just gonna pull the spoolie up against the hair, and I'm gonna actually start from the back. I usually don't do this with makeup on, but I was I might as well put some makeup on. I just pull it up, and I just pluck any of the hairs that don't get caught into the spoolie. I don't think this will be a good method if you're kind of starting off with your brows, you're going to shape them, because I think it'll catch it, because your little wispy hairs would be long, right, and it would catch it in the spoolie. And so you really wouldn't be having any hair that didn't catch. So this is just how I ensure that I don't over tweeze. And now my brows kind of growing a little bit differently. This one grows in thicker here, so I kind of have to make sure I'm doing a good job of getting it even. I'm sorry if you hear that clicking. I'm my vanity is kind of by my dresser. It's not really a vanity. Next I go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Dark Brown. And this stuff is so good, but you can really easily go heavy-handed. When I was still getting into brows, I started I was using the e.l.f. Duo with the cream and the powder for a little bit, and then I upgraded to this, and it was a game changer. But I went way too heavy with it, way too heavy. So if you're kind of starting off and if you're kind of starting out with your brows and you want to get something from Anastasia, I recommend you get the Brow Definer or the Brow Wiz. It's just a little bit more of a natural option, or a brow pencil in general. Alright, so I am using this brush, which came from the same set as the spoolie, and it is the Royal and Langnickel brush, and it's just angled, and I kind of hated this brush at first because it was too stiff, but you kind of you know how you break in your shoes? You gotta break in this brush. Yeah. Right, so like I said in my last video, what I do is I take this and I just, with the brush, I take a little bit. Get a scoop of that. I don't know if you can see it. And then I lay this down flat on the table so it doesn't dry out. And I just take this and I just rub it into the cap. And then I go in and I start off by brushing down my brows with this same spoolie. Spoolies will definitely be your best friend when you're doing your brows to help blend in all the products so it's not harsh and patchy. So I'm starting off on the tail and I'm filling it. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to come up right up here. And I'm just going to trace in the arch. And I am happy with that. You can tell there's a little patchy dark spot where I started. I'm just going to blend that out. And I go, I draw over where my natural brow is to kind of make it look a little thicker, but shape it better so it looks more neat. And then bring this right in here. And I like that faded ombre effect in my brow. And so I'm just going to blend that all out. And then I'm going to brush up. And now everybody's brows are different, so if this doesn't work for you, don't be surprised because your brows might be different, more different than mine. But I'm giving you tips like use an angled brush, use a spoolie, use your brow color, something like that, you know? I'm sorry, I suck at explaining things. This is kind of still new to me, you guys, this whole YouTube thing. I really want to upload every Saturday, but I always, I film every Saturday, but, either I'm too lazy to edit it, or, I don't know, or something happens. Last week I tried to film in a new camera setting, but, yeah, in a new filming setting, and I went to go, download it, and it wouldn't let me. It said it wouldn't recognize the format, so that's how. So now with this brow, as you can tell, it dips in. So what I do is I brush this down, all of it, and I just go in from this spot right here. Oops, that's too much. And I just right there, and I always have to clean it up because it always ends up looking too thick, too thin, too jagged, whatever the case may be. It just always usually needs to be cleaned up. And I'm trying to be as descriptive as possible, but I've literally been doing this so long that I just kind of, like, it's kind of routine for me at this point. So I can go through this pretty fast. So, like, honestly, my brow game was really weak when I first started off, but you just really need to keep practicing, and eventually you can just do it so fast. Like, brows would usually take me the longest. And now I am just taking a little detail brush from Real Techniques and my foundation, because my concealers are far too light, like, compared to my foundation. They're not too far light to my skin, but, like, you can tell this is just more natural. So I'm just gonna make sure I don't have a whole lot of product on it. Just go and let's clean that up and make sure it looks even. Alright guys, so that is it for this week's video. I like how the brows came out today. Honestly, it's not the best brow day I've ever had, but we can't have good brow days every day. But I hope you got some tips and tricks from this video and how to fill in your brows, and I hope you guys don't mind where we are today. We are in where I usually do my makeup. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. And I hope you guys all have a super lovely, wonderful, awesome, amazing day. Wait, how did they do it? Bye, guys. Brush, which I love applying my blush with stippling brushes because I feel like it's the best method of application. And again, this blush is from the Maybelline contouring palette. And now I'm just dusting off the bake. But I just want to say